Yo, what's up? This is Boycott the Impossible with Face Entertainment, Underground Vision. We're here with KC Chief Kutt Calhoun, here for the Break for Gold tour in Appleton, Wisconsin at the Extra 920. How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Thank you for coming out.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yep. We just wanted to have a little sit down with you, kind of pick your brains about some stuff, about the business and advice you might have for artists coming up. So, one of the questions we had was, what has been your favorite place to perform?
My favorite place on this tour so far, it's a kind of up in the air with three of them. Seattle was a great town to be in, man. Reno, Nevada was a real good one, and then Oklahoma was a good one as well. And that was just about 3 days ago.
Oh wow!
So those three are kind of neck and neck so far.
Representing.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Cool. And then, like I said before, up and coming artists that are trying to get into the business now. Is there any kind of advice that you could give to these guys coming in? Everybody's trying to be a rapper nowadays.
Yeah, everybody's trying to be a rapper, man. But the key to it is that everybody can't be a rapper, won't be a rapper, and isn't meant to be a rapper, man. But the ones that really might have that gift and might have that talent, I would just say number one thing is to be original, 100% original. Don't try to be a trend follower. Don't try to follow what's hot to try to get on the radio, to try to get picked up and try to get signed, man. Because everyone knows trends come in and trends go out too. So I would definitely say stay 100% authentic. Just do you. Don't listen to a lot of radio and what you hear on the radio when you're trying to write, because you're ultimately going to start writing like what you hear all the time. So just be you, man. Zone out and be 100% you. Rap about things that you actually know about, that you actually have been through, and or that you just personally know, maybe from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's what being an artist is, man. It's not only being creative, but it's also, you know what I'm saying, life imitating art, you know what I'm saying, and art imitating life, man. People feel it better when it's sincere and it's real, and they feel it and receive it better because it is real, and so you have more emotion in it, you know what I'm saying. So I would definitely say be yourself, rap about what you know about, and definitely, man, be up on your business. Before you even get into this, man, make sure you got your name copywritten, make sure that you got your publishing, whatever you want your publishing to be. Make sure the business is out of the way, because a lot of people just think I'm gonna be a rapper and I'm gonna get money and this and that and shows and girls and this and that, man. But you gotta have your business out of the way first, man. So make sure your business is out of the way. You got your publishing, you got your stuff copywritten, whatever your logos are, get all that stuff copywritten and written in stone, so that way nobody can ever steal your stuff, misuse your stuff, and you can't put a cease and desist on something and or get paid from somebody doing something illegally, man. And then once you do all those, man, and get into this game, man, I would say take it very seriously. Know that it's going to be some sacrifices that come along with it. You're going to be away from your family and your loved ones, your girlfriend or boyfriends or wife and husbands or whatever, and just know that, you know what I'm saying, you're doing this for a bigger purpose, and don't expect too much right out the gate. Understand that it's going to be some times where, especially when you're starting off, you're going to have to do some free shows. You're going to have to give away some free music, you know what I'm saying, to collect a fan base and to get people to like you, man. And once you do that, you know what I'm saying, stay humble. You know what I'm saying? Never get bigger than what you actually are. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing being confident about yourself and your music, and then it's another thing to actually exude arrogance and stuff, you know what I'm saying. This shit can be over tomorrow, man. And so, when it's all taken away, that arrogance and being an asshole stuff, man, it's gonna come back to bite you in the butt, you know what I'm saying. So I believe if you follow those few things, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning stages of it, man, you'll be okay.
Artists, rewind and play that again for yourself, because that's some real talk right there.
Definitely.
Another thing we wanted to know is, any artists that you haven't done tracks with, is there somebody that you'd really like to do a track with now that you haven't done with?
Yeah, man. I've said it year after year, man. It's gonna happen. T.I. is definitely one of the artists that I've been wanting to work with, man. And so I look forward to reaching out to T.I. and us being able to collaborate. Yeah, he's one of the realest artists out there, you know what I'm saying, that I've met and done my research on, man. He's one of those real cats, man, and I appreciate realness, you know what I'm saying. He's not trying to be something he ain't. And his music be having messages or whatever, and certain things, man, you can just tell it come from the heart, that comes from experience. And I like kind of dealing with artists that's on the same page that I can relate to, coming from the same type of backgrounds and places, you know what I'm saying, struggling and actually been in the streets and trying to make a better way out of no way, you know what I'm saying. T.I. is one of them, and Bryson Tiller is actually one of them, man. If I can get that cat on my upcoming full-length album that's set to come out on the third quarter of this year or whatever, that would be great. So I'm in the works of trying to reach out to the people I need to reach out to.
Cool, man. Awesome. And then just to follow up with that, what are some influences that got you into all of this? Any artists or even anything outside of an artist?
Yeah, man, it was. I've always been attached to music since I was little. You know, Michael Jackson. When I first seen Michael Jackson, I had the curl, I had the Thriller jacket and all that. I used to dance a lot, man, and actually think I was Michael Jackson, man. James Brown, that's as a kid, and then growing up, you know, MC Hammer was out, and then I started getting a little bit older, man, and that's when music kind of just hit me. I stay in the Midwest, and we just got music from everywhere, so I'm listening to anything from Run DMC, LL Cool J, to Too Short, to the Ghetto Boys, you know what I'm saying? I listen to all type of genres of music coming up, man, and so music has always been in me. But as I even got older, man, Tupac became a big influence just because of the message and the way that he relayed, you know what I'm saying, his emotions through music, man. It just touched me as well. I know I'm not the only person. It touched a whole lot of people in the whole world, man. And so Tupac was definitely a major influence, and along with Biggie and whatnot, man. And then Eminem came, and it's just kind of like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, those are some of the few artists that I can name, man. But I've been listening to music and been involved with music, you know what I'm saying, since I can remember, you know.
So then, following that, we want to know, like today, like right now, what's in your iPod, man? What do you got playing when you're on the road, going to your next spot, and you're just in your own zone, and you can put your headphones on and
It's gonna sound crazy, man, but believe me, I'm not narcissistic at all. I got Cutting Loose in my stuff. I listen to Feature Presentation Raw and Uncut, man, but I do that only because I like to critique myself, and I want to make sure the next future thing that I'm putting out is going to be better than the last stuff that I put out, because I believe that you're only as good as your last project. So I do a lot of critiquing when I listen to myself, but then again, I also like to listen to myself because when I turn on the radio, you hear the same 10 songs in rotation every day, all day. And, you know, I just feel like this industry is kind of saturated with a lot of BS right now, man, that's not even worth buying or listening to, man. So if anything, I like to listen to other underground artists, man, you know what I'm saying? I recently started fucking with Hobson a lot, ever since the whole separation between him and Funk Volume, because I seen a different side of him. I seen a realer side of him, and I appreciated that song, not because of what happened, but because of how he was speaking on some real shit. And it wasn't just I'm just rapping about whatever anymore. It was some real shit, and he actually showcased his skills and his talents, man. But yeah,
were you a little skeptical if that actually really happened because of all the crap that Hobson pulls all the time? It's always I'm doing this, and then it's the exact opposite.
Right now, after doing the research and watching all different interviews, and then when I seen that one interview he had when he was talking about everything leading up to it, I could somewhat relate, you know what I'm saying? I could somewhat relate to what he was talking about, so I knew it was real, you know what I'm saying? I seen the video, I didn't know what it was, and my manager hit me like, yo, check this out.
Right.
And I pushed the button, man, watched it on YouTube. I'm like, whoa, you know what I'm saying?
That really happened.
Like, damn, this just happened, and he was snapping, and I liked the video. I liked the song, you know what I'm saying? Then he had a message at the end. He's playing like a speaker. I don't know if it was a preacher or a professor or whatever, man, and just had a real message in it. So that let me know that he was affected by what happened, and that boy was spitting nothing but everything that was in his heart. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, you know what I'm saying, was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's not a lot of rappers out here anymore, man, besides, you know, the good old school. It's not even old school. The ones that's been here for at least 8 to 10 years that's still doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? I definitely listen to them, man. And, you know, it's stuff out there that I hear And you know, after I hear it 100 times, I end up liking it.
Yeah.
But
Grows on you.
ultimately, it's one of them things to where if I had to make a choice, soon as I heard it, I wouldn't buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, you hear anything so much, it becomes robotic and repetitive.
Yeah.
You kind of start singing along with the words, even if you don't like the song, man. But yeah, I listen to Backspin channel 43 on satellite radio, and they play all like the classics, you know what I'm saying, where music was music and they was talking about something, it had substance, content matter. I like to listen to that. It keeps me honed in on where I need to keep going and continue going. I fuck with J. Cole, I fuck with Kendrick Lamar, you know what I'm saying, I like them cats, man. I even like some of Drake's stuff, you know what I'm saying. I'm not an avid Drake listener, but some of Drake's shit, I'll be like, okay, Drake, you know what I'm saying, I fucks with you, but definitely J. Cole, he's still in the storytelling phase or whatever, and Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, he's an amazing artist as well, man. But other than those cats that I named, man, there's not too many people out here that's even worthy of going out, in my opinion, for my personal use, to go out and buy and download their shit and pay for it, you know what I'm saying?
Cool, man. Well, I know the show's starting pretty soon here.
Yeah.
We're getting mic checks done. We just gave you a little slice of the KC Chief, Kutt Calhoun.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Underground Vision, Face Entertainment, Wisconsin Hip Hop, Kutt in the building.
Black Gold, baby. Look for me. My website, therealkuttcalhoun.com, baby. You can get to all my socials on there, find out anything you need to know. All the videos is on there. Download all the music you would love to, man. Purchase it. I'm on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, y'all. Hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel, therealkuttcalhoun.com. Live and direct, Appleton, Wisconsin. We out this piece, man. Holla.